For the longest time, we've basically been tenants in our own cities. We lived in the buildings, we drove on the roads, but we didn't have much say in how they were built. Well, the whole game is changing. It's 2026, and our relationship with the world around us is getting a complete reboot. So let's get into it. Let's talk about this new blueprint for the future, and most importantly, where you fit in.
All right, everything really kicks off with this number, 39%. Just let that sink in. That's how much of our global carbon emissions comes from the built environment. Our homes, our offices, all of it. It's a huge, staggering figure. And for decades, it felt like a problem that was just way too big for anyone to solve. And here's the kicker. The challenge is actually speeding up. By 2050, the amount of building space on Earth is on track to double. That's like building an entire New York City from scratch every single month for the next couple of decades. So yeah, there's absolutely no way we can build a future using the tools of the past. So when you see a number that huge, it's easy to feel kind of helpless, right? You start wondering, okay, whose job is it to fix this? Is it up to governments, big corporations? Who's actually got the power to turn this massive ship around? Well, the answer might surprise you. It's you. No, seriously. In this new world, your role is shifting from just being a passive consumer to something way more powerful, a civic agent. You now have the tools, and frankly, the responsibility, to help shape what gets built, starting right in your own community. Okay, so what does that actually mean, being an active agent? Let's break it down. Because really, the days of just quietly accepting whatever gets built for you, those days are over. It's time to step up. Live in. All right, let's get into the digital blueprint itself. We're going to break down the two areas where your power as a civic agent really comes alive. First, how we decide what gets built in the first place, and second, how we actually, build it. So how do you actually do this in the real world? It all starts with your voice, and it's getting supercharged by this idea called participatory urbanism. It's a bit of a mouthful, I know, but the concept is simple. Your input is now a critical piece of the puzzle for how our cities evolve. At its core, participatory urbanism means you're not just living in the city, you're helping create it. We're using some incredible new tools to make this happen, like digital twins, which are these perfect, data-rich virtual copies of our cities, and even AI that can analyze what the public is thinking and feeling. It all means your feedback can literally change your street, and it can happen fast. It's basically direct democracy for urban planning. And just look at the difference here. The old way, a few people at the top made all the decisions. It was slow, you didn't really have a say. But the new way, it's all about the community. You can literally vote on a new park design from an app on your phone. And that vote actually shapes the outcome. It's a total game changer. You're not just a resident anymore, you're a co-creator. And to make sure this all works, every single new project has to pass a new kind of test. It's called the triple bottom line. And here's the deal. Every single new project has to hit all three of these marks. It's got to be good for the environment, fair for the community, and it has to make economic sense. If it fails on even one of those, it's a no-go, period. Okay, so that's the planning part. But what about the actual building? Well, the way we physically put our world together is also going through a massive revolution. Welcome to what we're calling Construction 4.0. We are moving away from messy, wasteful construction sites and towards something that looks a whole lot more like precision manufacturing. And the results are just incredible. We're talking about technologies like modular construction, where buildings are assembled like giant high-tech Legos, and large-scale 3D printing. Just by using these methods, we can slash construction waste by up to 60%. That's not a small tweak, that's a massive leap forward. But this isn't just about using less stuff. The next big frontier is building with materials that actually help heal the planet. So, welcome to the new alchemy of construction. Seriously, think about this for a second. What if the actual walls of your home could pull carbon dioxide right out of the air? I know, it sounds like something straight out of a sci-fi movie, but in 2026, this is our reality. And check this out. We're talking about materials with actual superpowers now. This isn't just about doing less harm, it's about actively doing good. We've got concrete that literally pulls CO2 from the atmosphere and locks it away. We've got massive wooden skyscrapers that store carbon for centuries. We're even using things like hemp and, get this, mushroom roots for insulation. It's amazing stuff. And look, this isn't just happening in some fancy lab or on a few niche projects. This is actually becoming government policy. And for proof, all we have to do is look at what's happening in the Kingdom of Bahrain. They have a Green Building Manual, and it's not a suggestion, it's mandatory. If you want a building permit, you go through their digital portal and you have to prove you're going to meet strict energy and water-saving targets. If you can't, you don't build. It shows how powerful government leadership can be.
This idea right here is the heart of the new circular economy.
And that brings us right back to you, the Civic Agent. And the final piece of this puzzle. What happens when a building gets old? This is all about the circular economy, and your role in it is absolutely critical. In the old days, we had a wrecking ball. Today, we have deconstruction. Every major part of a building, like this beam, has a digital passport. So when a building is retired, its parts are carefully taken apart, logged, and then sold on digital marketplaces to be used in new projects. Nothing, and I mean nothing, goes to waste.
This is a complete rewiring of how we think. In the economy of 2026, we finally see waste for what it's always been, not a problem of materials, but simply a failure of imagination. So what can you do right now to jump in? Be an advocate. Use your city's digital tools to make your voice heard. Be a steward of your own space. Always look to retrofit and upgrade what you have before building something new. And finally, always think circular. Don't throw it out, find it a new life. The 2030 goals are right around the corner. The technology is here, the materials are ready, the laws are finally starting to catch up. Really, the only thing missing from this equation is you. So the final question is pretty simple. What will you build?